So this man in Thailand leaves his wife behind and doesn't realize for 100 miles she's not in the car after he stopped for a bathroom break. 93.3 The Bull, it's Lexi and Banks. Has anything like this ever happened to you?
Okay, so this guy buys a motorhome.
Okay.
He and his wife. And he worked with my husband.
Okay.
So they had taken it out for a ride, and they had gone on vacation. And on the way back, he got tired. So he said to his wife, "You go ahead and drive." And she says, "Okay." So she's driving downtown Salt Lake, when all of a sudden he's still sound asleep in the bed, and the traffic in front of him slams on their brakes while she slams on her brakes. He rolls out of bed and jumps out the back door in his boxers. She didn't know he had jumped out, and she drives off when the traffic starts going. She gets down the road. They're going back to Wyoming. She gets partway there when all of a sudden a police car was beside her with his lights on.
Because she left her husband in his boxers in downtown Salt Lake.
And they picked him up, and the police officer told her to pull over, and she looked over, and she looks, and there's her husband, and she's going...
Locked up in the back of the cop car, chasing her down somewhere between here and Evanston.
What a nice cop to do this.
Oh, yeah.
What time of year was it? Was it like winter or summer? What time of year was this?
It was summer. It was the middle of the summer, the hottest part. And
Well, I mean, he wasn't wearing any clothes, so I'm glad it was summer.
No, but that's what got him picked up is because he was in the boxers, and the cop goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "My wife took off in the motorhome,
And here I am.
No shoes either, Banks. You know he had to have his shoes off at this point. Just a man and his nipples out in Salt Lake City.
It was funny. They gave him the worst time for a long time.
Oh, yeah, that'd give me all kinds of anxiety, too.
This
Like I'd be getting left behind.
This is a glorious story. Thank you for telling
Thank
it.
you so much.
Yep. All right, bye.
It's 93.3 The Bull, Lexi and Banks. When did you get left behind?
Or maybe you left did the leaving.
So this guy in Thailand left his wife on the side of the road. She had to walk for 13 miles through the middle of the night to find a police station to catch up with him. Did you get left in your boxers in downtown Salt Lake? Call us right now.
801-570-9393.
Let's hear your stories about getting left behind or leaving someone. 801-570-9393. When did you get left behind or did you leave someone behind? Call us right now.
801-570-9393.
This is, of course, because the guy in Thailand stopped to use a potty break on a road trip with his wife.
Yeah.
And then she got out of the car to do the same, and he didn't know she was gone.
Yeah.
Left her on the side of the road. 93.3 The Bull. Good morning, Anna. What happened to you?
I didn't get left behind, but don't feel bad. Tell your mom not to feel bad. So my husband actually got left behind at a gas station on the way home from Disneyland.
How long was he at the gas station?
Probably for like an hour. They got like probably an hour or so down the road, and he just hanging out. He just sat on a bench.
Well, see, the thing is this is before cell phones.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's not like you could call and be like, "Oh, we're on our way.
Right.
Hold on to my kid. Thank you so much." You just have to, flip that U-turn on the highway and hope your baby's still there when you get back.
How old was
Exactly,
he?
in the middle of California, too. So, I mean,
How old was he when it happened?
he was like 6 or something.
Oh, really
Or 7.
little guy. Was he freaking out or he was just fine?
Actually, I mean, he might have been a little bit older than that, but they said that he never, totally freaked out. He just was hanging out and just had some chips and sat on a bench, and he was totally fine.
So the lesson we're learning here is just give the kids some chips and they'll be fine.
Chips fix
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because they were driving 2 cars, and so one of them thought they have the kid or you have the kid. And
Right.
Oh,
No judgment here. It happens.
Utah Country 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. Christy, when did somebody get left behind in your life?
I did. When I was 12 years old, my family had gone on vacation. I was at a friend's house, and I came home later that night after dark, and the doors were locked, and I was locked out of the house, and ended up having to sleep outside until the morning where I could climb in through a second-story window and get in.
Wait, your parents left on vacation while you were at a friend's house?
Yeah.
And then you were locked out of your home?
Yeah. And to this day, they deny that they left me. But I literally slept outside.
Were you supposed to go on vacation with them?
I had no idea they were even going. They tell me that they had told me that they were going and everything. Again, I'm 12 years old. I'm at a friend's house. I think I would remember this.
Also, didn't they say, if I my parents were going out of town, I would have had to go somewhere or someone would have had to come to the house. Like, that's young to be staying home alone. They didn't set
Not
up
just staying home alone, Lexi.
Babysitter.
Sleeping on the lawn furniture outside till she could figure out how to break back into her house.
Was it at least summer?
It was, yeah.
Okay, good, because I didn't want you sleeping outside in the winter. That's a whole different story.
No, she just had to fight an army of mosquitoes.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
93.3 The Bull, it's Lexi and Banks. You know, it's always the way it is, right? You laugh at somebody else's expense and then you realize you're the butt of the joke. 93.3 The Bull, it's Lexi and Banks. I was just reminded by my parents that they left me behind as a kid.
How did you forget
on
this,
a road
Banks?
trip. I was young.
How did this slip your mind?
I still don't fully remember the story.
I would love to hear it.
We got my mom on the phone to tell the story about when I got left behind, just like this woman in Thailand whose husband left her in the dark on a Thailand highway.
3 o'clock in the morning.
She had to walk 13 miles in the dark to find a police station before they were able to call her husband. So
and then she couldn't even remember his number.
my mom is on the phone with us now. It's Lexi and Banks. So tell the story about when I got left behind.
Oh, well, now, I don't want anybody to think that we're bad parents.
No one will think that.
If they haven't judged by now based on my personality and social skills, we're fine.
Okay. So here's the story. We were on vacation. We were going from California, probably coming to Utah or somewhere. And it was in the early 80s. That's before seat belts and car seats and all that good stuff. And we had the old station wagon, where you lay the seat down in the very back.
Oh, yeah.
And you throw the kids back there and they sleep while you're driving. And
it's like WrestleMania in the back seat.
They might fall out, but,
it's fine.
Survival of the fittest.
Right. Back there it was okay. But anyway, we had stopped at this gas station along the way, and everybody got out for a little potty break and, get your drinks and stuff, and we all got back in the car, and we take off, and I guess we're probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour down the road, and somebody says, where's Banks? Where's Jared? And all of a sudden we realized that it had been really quiet in the car, and he wasn't there.
An hour later? This was an hour later?
Yeah.
So this is like anywhere from like 40 to 60 miles away.
And it's probably like some gas station in Barstow, California or something in the 80s.
One of those, out in the middle of nowhere. And we realized he wasn't in the car. And so we didn't panic. We knew he would be fine. But we had to turn around and go all the way back, the hour back, and then pick him up. And he was sitting on the counter with the guy just talking to everybody who comes in and goes out. Didn't faze him at all.
It's fine.
He couldn't have cared.
Mom and Dad will come back and get me eventually.
Yeah,
After like 40 minutes were you
thought
not?
about just leaving him there and picking him up on the way back.
An hour goes by and you're not freaking out?
I was little.
No,
Yeah, but I mean, a little, that makes it even scarier.
It was about, well, we knew where we left him. It's not like...
I'm not Banks. Like, I would be freaking out if I was Banks.
We just left him there.
Well, see, this is the thing is, when you're the middle
now.
child, you just kind of get in where you fit in. I mean, I'm used to being forgotten. That was totally normal behavior for me.
This would never happen to me because I'm the youngest.
They forgot me again. Hey, they'll be back. They do this all the time.
And Dad was more upset that, we had to spend the 3 hours to get him back.
Well, I mean, that is a major bummer also, losing the child and the 3 extra hours of driving. But, I mean, you were going to survive on taquitos and Slurpees for the rest of your life, and I'm sure you were kind of happy about it.
It's where I found my love of Funyuns.
Yeah. And he wasn't upset at all.
love it.
When we got back there, he goes, oh, you're back?
Thanks for the story, Mom.
Yeah, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
And the saddest part about the whole thing is I really don't remember it happening at all.
Marsha, the poor middle child.
It's always the forgotten middle child. 93.3 The Bull.
93.3 The Bull. Helping you decode your relationship red flags. It's Love Him or List Him with Lexi and Banks on The Bull.
It's Lexi and Banks. Good morning. What is your relationship red flag today?
Good morning. I'm his boss.
Oh, that's one of those.
Are you dipping the
That's
pen
one
into
of those
company ink?
the scenarios.
No.
So what's
going?
Not yet. Okay.
What's going on?
No.
What's his name?
Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you my name or his because, or where we work for privacy reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, no question is stupid, but I'm not going to answer it. So just to be clear, I didn't hire him, okay?
Okay.
So it's not like He's really hot. I didn't hire him. I wasn't in charge of that. He was hired by somebody else, but I am his supervisor.
Okay.
So anyway, he's so pretty. Let's just
Okay.
But anyway,
Easy on the eyes.
you know, a bunch of us went out for drinks after work on Friday, and like everything was cool, but there was a vibe happening between the two of us.
Okay.
And so when we're outside, we're all waiting for our Ubers to get there. The rest of the coworkers, they jetted, they left. We'd had a little bit to drink, you know, not crazy, but anyway, we ended up kissing.
Okay.
That's definitely, like, we didn't take it past that, but there was some passionate kissing in the
Okay.
parking lot. And then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're just laughing at you because it's cute.
With you. No, we're laughing with you.
I've been there and I'm laughing.
I mean, we tried. He's just so pretty. Anyway, at work on Monday, he was definitely going out of his way to see me. Like, it was
Wait.
way more than we usually see each other at work.
Did you go home with him or anything?
No. Just definitely finding reasons to come by my desk. You know, like, but there were other people around, so there was like no mention of what had happened, but there was definitely this secretive sort of vibe between us. And so anyway, sober me knows that I signed a document stating I shouldn't fraternize with any employees who I supervise. I know this.
Okay.
But drunk me wants to see where this goes. So what do you think? Should I love him or list him?
Oh, so if you do love him, you're going to have to keep it a secret, or like, I don't know, like every company's got a different policy where sometimes you have to come forward to the company with your
Right.
relationship, or I don't know.
It feels like this situation where there's a cartoon angel on one shoulder and a cartoon devil
I do
on the
see
other
this.
shoulder. One of them's got a bottle of red wine, and the other one looks like she's Karen from HR with some serious glasses on, telling you what you should and shouldn't do.
Well, we know what you want to do.
That's clear.
Yes. We know what he wants to
No.
That's also clear.
do. Yes. We do know what HR wants also, but let's see what the people have to say.
Call us right now. Love him or list him.
801-570-9393.
801-570-9393. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Love him or list him. You can wait for the results, right?
Yep.
93.3 The Bull. Helping you decode your relationship red flags. It's Love Him or List Him with Lexi and Banks on The Bull.
This is Miss X and her relationship red flag.
Good morning. I'm his boss.
So do you love him or list him? Call us right now.
801-570-9393.
It's Lexi and Banks. Good morning. Hi, what do you think? Love him or list him today?
I think she should listen, but we know she's not going to listen when she's talking about his pretty face. But the bottom line is, I know somebody that actually dated a girl that he hired, and yeah, they both got fired.
I have a feeling she's going to learn the lesson the hard way, too.
I hope
Better
not,
learn
but
the hard way,
Look.
exactly.
you flick enough matches around a can of gasoline, something's going to spark off. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the call, brother. It's Lexi and Banks. Hi, love him or list him?
I think you should love him.
Why's that?
I think secrets kind of keep things spicy, you know, they're your little secrets. So,
Who doesn't
does-
love a good old-fashioned adventure?
Just kind of keep it a little sexy when it's a secret.
It's not Indiana Jones, you guys. This isn't that kind of adventure. You're going to lose your job.
Or you could
don't
find
come
great
and go.
love.
Thanks for the call, man. 93.3 The Bull. Hi, love him or list him?
She should love him.
Why's that?
Well, actually, I was in the same situation with
Oh.
my girlfriend, and she's now been my wife for 15 years.
And did either of you get fired?
No.
Okay.
Until we passed out wedding invitations.
Did you guys keep it a secret when you started?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, well.
So this story can have a happily
yeah,
ever after.
And she can keep it a
All right.
secret, and it can be very sexy, Banks.
Thanks for the call, brother. It's Lexi and Banks. Hi, love him or list him?
I say you love him.
Like, all the guys are love him.
I know, this is
It's all
interesting.
dudes, and every single one of them are like, send it.
Why do you think that?
Well, you're not going to find people if you're not at work, probably at her stage of life. And if he's a good, solid guy, I say love him. He probably shares mutual interests. might as well go for it. Just disclose it to your HR department. Most companies allow that. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your opinion.
That's very logical,
It was
rational,
very logical.
insane. Yeah. 93.3, hi, good morning. Love him or list him?
I think she should love him, talk about what they want in the relationship, and then bite the bullet and go see HR.
Okay, bite the bullet. And that's the
Look,
worst thing is going to see HR.
It's a woman now that has said it, so there is balance
Right,
in the
you're
force.
exactly right, Banks.
Thanks so much.
Have a great morning.
Hi, it's Lexi and Banks. Last one here. Love him or list him?
Love him.
Why is that?
Because the heart wants what it wants, and they seem like they're interested in each other.
She just quoted Selena Gomez
The
there.
heart wants
the
what
heart
it
wants what it
wants.
wants. Although I do agree with her because you know it does.
Look, everybody's hiring right now. You can find a new job. Finding a good partner to live life with, that's tough.
There you go, Banks. Lots of jobs out there. You're
that
right.
is so
Thanks for the
true.
call.
Thank you.
It's 93.3 The Bull, Lexi and Banks. Results time, Miss X. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
70% of the people who called in and we polled said that you should go for it. Love him, at least for a little bit, and see where it goes. And then bring it to HR if it goes somewhere. Otherwise, keep it a secret.
I like that answer.
Secret lovers
I
are
like it.
sexy.
It's one of those things like everybody's doing it, right? Like, you know you're not the only ones that have dipped your pen in the company
human.
ink.
We're not cogs in a wheel. We're human.
Yes.
Oh, she got real deep on us there.
I've thought this, as you can see, I've thought this through extensively.
Now I
Yes.
can see why you're in charge at work, too.
Right.
Thanks, boss
Right.
lady.
I'm a really good boss, I swear.
Well, maybe you'll be a really good lover, too, at the end of it all. We'll figure that out after the fact.
Yeah, let us know.
Thank you for sharing a little piece of your life with us on Love 'Em or List 'Em, Cindy. Good luck.
Thank you.
93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. When I first saw the video, I thought it was some serious Jedi mind tricks, kung fu style magic move that this girl had pulled.
Really awesome.
And was so impressed by it. 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. This video is going viral now, but it actually happened a year ago.
Yeah, in 2021, and last week is when it went viral, and I guess everybody has caught on to it. We were on vacation. Rolling Stone has an article about it. She's been interviewed all over the place, and we know her as Waffle House Wendy.
Waffle House Wendy is a cook at the Waffle House.
Was a cook at the Waffle House.
And we'll get to that here in a second. And a fight breaks out, and somebody who looks like they're dressed like John Cena from the WWE hurls a chair over the counter, and she just snatches this aluminum, like, bar chair out of thin air and just sets it down next to her like, oh, it's just another casual Tuesday.
She does look like a superhero, and it's awesome, and that's the whole reason. I mean, the fight would have gone viral anyway, but her defending herself from the chair
Right.
is a glorious thing.
I mean, she just, like, gives it a little spin and flip and then sets it down next to her like, oh, this is just what happens at the Waffle House.
well, because I think it is what happens at the Waffle House.
Tucker Carlson had her on his show, and for as obnoxious as Tucker Carlson can be, he takes this moment so seriously, asking her about being cool under pressure, and has this ever happened to her before? Here's what she said.
I really don't know. It kind of just all happened so fast. It was mainly just a pure rush of adrenaline and instinct that just kind of had me going.
Had anyone ever thrown a chair at you before?
I mean, kids get rowdy in middle school, but not like directly at me.
Watching this, and I'm thinking, I don't think I've seen an employee calmer under pressure than you. I assume you got some sort of award and special bonus from Waffle House Corporate. How big was your bonus?
I actually didn't get any bonus of it. The only thing that I did get from the fight was a write-up for breaking the sugar shaker. And, telling me, hey, we're going to write you up for the sugar shaker, but you did a good job, protecting the store, making sure that you were all right.
How big an idiot is Tucker Carlson? Has he never worked in, like, he's never had,
a bonus,
a real job, right?
A bonus? They don't give you bonuses at Waffle House.
This girl's working the night shift at Waffle House, probably making $2.50 an hour plus tips to get him smothered and covered for drunks in the middle of some off the freeway stop. And he's asking if she got a bonus for protecting the store. No,
She didn't get a bonus. Actually, she ended up getting fired. Not only did she get written up, she got written up for the sugar shaker. This woman threw a chair at her. She responded by throwing the sugar shaker back. Got written up for breaking said sugar shaker. A year later, the video goes viral, and then she gets fired. And now she's been banned from working at any Waffle House.
The worst part about this story...
Waffle House Wendy is a superhero.
The worst thing to come out of this story was the pain and suffering this young lady had to endure at the hands of Tucker Carlson. By answering the dumbest questions. He was taking it. You're interviewing Waffle House Wendy, buddy. Lighten up and have some fun.
Have you ever been hit by a chair before?
At what point?
What? No.
At what point did your training as a Ninja Turtle pay off when you snatched that chair out of thin air? Those are the questions you ask Waffle House Wendy.
Or how about how often do fights happen at Waffle House?
Not, did you get an award and a bonus from Waffle House for your services rendered?
Poor
No,
girl,
you
she got fired.
moron. It's Waffle House.
Also, there's artwork,
Okay.
like fan art about her now, so it's kind of cool.
Waffle House Wendy wins, even when she loses her job.
We love you, Waffle House Wendy.
93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. Let me start by saying I'm okay. People don't need to worry. I'm fine. 93.3 The Bull. It's
It was
Lexi
an
and Banks.
incident, not an accident.
When have you ever had to get carried or taken off the mountain by ski patrol? Call us if you got a story.
801-570-9393, or maybe you are ski patrol and you've got an interesting tale.
Something you can tell us about what happened. 801-570-9393. So over the Christmas break, between Christmas and New Year, the family and I went up like we always do. We ski. Well, my family skis, I snowboard.
Okay.
And so we were up at Brighton, a 10 out of 10 day. It was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve.
It snowed a lot
There
last
had
week.
been a ton of snow. The blue skies were out by the time we got up there to the resort.
There was some fresh pow.
We'd been on the mountain just shredding the gnar for like
Shredding
3
it.
hours. Tree lines, like it was every dream that you could have for a family day on the mountain. I got some new snowboard bindings this year.
Okay.
For a treat for myself.
Your own Christmas present.
They're step-in snowboard bindings so that I don't have to like sit down and clip and unclip my snowboard boots every time I get to the top of the mountain.
They're pretty cool. He
I
showed
can
them
just
to me.
Get in.
They're like new technology.
I step right into it and boom, I'm gone 3 seconds later. So we get up to do what is probably going to be maybe the second to last run of the day.
Okay.
We're up at the top of one of the runs, and I go to step into the snowboard bindings. And I realize that the heel plate that's supposed to be there is gone. That there's an entire now piece of my snowboard binding that's missing.
Okay.
And I cannot snowboard down the mountain.
What?
It's MIA. And I don't know if I lost it near the base, down by the lodge at the bottom of the lift, or if it's somewhere under that lift all the way up the top.
And you're not on the bunny slope. You're on one of
No.
the good runs.
We're at the top of Crest. I'm
Yeah.
I'm at the top of the mountain. Like I'm looking down into Heber City. We're
Yeah, you
so
can't walk
far up
down
on the
that.
mountain. So
I guess you can.
I walk over to the ski patrol and like, hey guys, can you like jump on your little talkie-walkies and ask if there's a piece of snowboard binding sitting down the bottom? Then I have to explain to them what my setup is because they've never seen it before.
It's pretty cool.
And they're like, oh, where do you get that? How long have you had it? And I'm like, I'll tell you all about it after you call down the bottom, please, and check and see if my stuff's down there. And they did. It wasn't. They didn't find it anywhere.
Oh, really?
But there was a very cute, spoke almost no English Japanese couple that was there that in their broken English were like, we see it for you. It's down here.
Oh.
Like half sign languaged it to me and half spoke English
That's
to me.
great that they
And
found
they were
it.
like, oh, I know. The guy goes, he goes, I know that. And he's pointing at my board going, I know that. And I'm like, tell me, please, where'd you see it? And the ski patrol guy was like, well, we can ride down together and go get it. And I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, nothing's broken on me. I'm not injured in any way. And he goes, no, we have to ride down the mountain with you. You can't go by yourself.
Oh, really?
Which
But
I
they
didn't know.
They didn't pull you down in like the injury
No.
sled.
So I didn't
that I
have to,
see all
like,
the time, and I'm like,
strap
please don't
into-
let me be that person ever.
What do they call it? A litter? Where they have to like, it's like a toboggan that they have to like, pizza
Yes!
pie their way down the
Every
mountain.
time
with
I
you in
see it, I'm like, oh, please
No.
don't ever let that be me. What happened to that guy?
275 pounds. Could you imagine one of them little ski patrol guys trying to slow me down the mountain?
It would take a couple of them.
So, I just tell, dude, we can ride the lift down, so they have to stop the ski lift for me.
Okay.
The ski patrol guy and I load on.
Okay.
And literally every chair is some snarky snowboarder going, dude, bro, you're going the wrong way, bro. Like,
Because you're going down the
we're
mountain
going
on
down the ski
I don't think
lift.
I've ever seen anybody going down the mountain on a ski lift.
First time I've ever paid any attention to it. And you're hyper aware when it's you.
What happens at the bottom when you're getting off?
They have to stop the whole lift again for everybody so that we can get up and get off. They're
Okay.
not like prepared for people to get
I
off.
was
going to
say they don't have the little ski off.
No. Just like they do at the
Section.
top, they have a little roll right off. And I get off the bottom of the lift, and sure enough, right where this very adorable Japanese man said that my stuff would be, there it was, sitting in the
Nice.
snow. Found my part, got it all put together, and then the ski patrol guy, who was the nicest guy.
Yeah, they usually are.
Had a great conversation with him. We're talking about our favorite tree lines and looking at all the different runs. He's like, I have to have you sign this waiver on the incident report.
Oh, they had to take an incident report
They had
and
to
everything?
do a full-blown ski patrol incident report where he had to read me some kind of disclaimer where I refused medical treatment.
Okay.
And I accept responsibility for my own injuries.
But you
and
weren't
I do not
injured.
You
just
he's
lost part of
laughing.
your
He
fighting.
goes, he's like, dude, I know. Just let me read it, and then you can go. So, shouts out to the bros at Brighton Ski Patrol who had a great sense of humor about it. Like,
Right.
they understood the ridiculousness of it as much as I did.
Well, it's still exciting that you got to
So-
go down the ski lift.
And I had to ride down.
Doesn't happen often.
Sarah and the kids met me at the bottom. That's how long it took me to get down.
I bet.
Like by the
They
time
probably
they
made it
skied
quicker, yeah.
down, I was. We got there at the same time. So,
Aw.
the happy ending there for my ski patrol story. But when did you have to catch a ride from ski patrol? What happened to somebody in your group? To you, call us right now.
801-570-9393.
Talk about those heroes of the mountain right now, okay? 801-570-9393. Ski patrol stories? Let's hear yours on the way next. Let me just say that Ski Patrol are God's own angels here on Earth, okay? They're really doing that incredible work, keeping me safe, protecting me from myself on the mountain.
Right, Banks.
93.3 The Bull, it's Lexi and Banks. When did you have to get rescued by Ski Patrol? Call us right now.
801-570-9393.
So I was in Scouts, and we were up at Snowbird snowboarding, and it was super foggy one day, and I decided to go a different way than everyone else did. And as I was going down the mountain, there was a huge chunk of ice that I couldn't see because it was so foggy.
Yeah.
And I hit it and fell and hit my head. And I woke up when one of the other scouts, they went looking for me. And he came down and sprayed me with a bunch of snow, thinking he was funny, and then realized that I was unconscious.
Oh,
And
man.
So I got to ride the toboggan all the way down the hill, and I woke up in the hospital super confused, not knowing where I was, and had a concussion.
So you rode the toboggan down unconscious?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Snowbird's the reason why I wear a helmet. Right. It's the only time I've ever been knocked out cold. I caught a heel edge at snowboard in some of the steep stuff there, and got knocked out just like you did. So
Holy cow.
I wear a helmet everywhere now.
Well, you didn't even get to thank the ski patrol because you were out of it.
Yeah, I was totally gone.
Well, I'm glad you're okay now.
At least if I got to be in the toboggan, let me remember the ride down.
Exactly.
Like, I can treat it as like a big sledding run that way and not have to, be traumatized by it fully. Thanks for the call, brother. Hi, it's Lexi and Banks. When did you have to get, I guess, rescued by Ski Patrol?
So I was a little kid, and my parents were freshly divorced. And my dad decided just to take us on a run, and he didn't realize it was a black diamond.
Okay.
And my little brother is like going off all these jumps, having the time of his life. And my dad's like, "You're fine, you're fine." I broke my ankle.
Oh.
And I had to be taken down on that toboggan.
And what,
I
did
was
you-
so embarrassed even as a kid.
Or you were humiliated?
It's like the walk of
Oh,
shame,
yeah, I was
having to go down to the
was like,
toboggan.
oh my gosh, is that little kid okay? And my dad's like, just smile and wave, you're fine. I'm tears.
The only thing
And-
worse is when they have to stop the ski lift for you because you fell getting off.
Right.
You're like,
Needless to say, my mom never let my dad take a skiing again.
I
Like
can
it's
see
his
that.
fault you got hurt.
It is his fault.
Thanks for the call.
Have a great
fan.
Utah Country 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks.
That's all I need. That's all I need to know about you. All I need. That's all I need to know about you. All I need. That's all I need to know about you.
Call us right now if you got a snap judgment about a life moment that makes you think that's all I need to know about you.
801-570-9393. Now, the last bigger snow that happened was Tuesday, maybe? So 2 days ago, the last really big snow was Monday, 3 days ago.
Mhm.
If you still have 2 feet of snow on the roof of your car, that's all I need to know about you. You've had several days to wipe it off. There is no excuse like, I needed to get to work and I didn't have time. Get it off. What's wrong with you?
Just get the push broom. It takes about 30 seconds. It'll slide right off and you'll be done.
Exactly. And also, you're going to appreciate this, Banks. Last week, when the first big snow happened, Chris had all this snow in his roof rack. He's got a roof rack on the top of his vehicle. He promptly went to the car wash and got it washed so that it would come out. Specifically, he told me, because he didn't want you and I to shame him on the radio. He said, I don't want to be that guy that's driving around with the snow flying off the roof because you and Banks will shame me, and I don't want you to shame me.
If you are in a happy and committed relationship and you are driven mostly by fear and public shame, that's all I need to know about you. That's really his thought process now.
It was I
whether
don't
or
want to
not
be shamed.
We're going to talk about
Yes.
him. The answer is, of course, Chris, yes, we're going to talk about you.
But in this time, it'll be a good one this
10
way because you
times out
got
of
rid of the
10.
stuff off of the roof.
You done good, kid.
You done good.
93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. Good morning. Hi, go ahead.
If I'm working out of town and you call me saying we need a new dryer, and I come home and I empty the lint trap, that's all I need to know about you.
I'm assuming it was like a full-on, like, lab-sized dog in there.
Basically, you could make a
pulled it
sweater out of that piece.
It was enough to stop the
Look,
dryer.
You do one load of towels and that thing will be full up, all right?
We have to empty ours. I'd empty mine every time, no matter what.
Every load, you guys. Otherwise, one, you'll set stuff on fire if you
Right.
don't. And two, your clothes are never going to get dry if you don't get airflow, okay? Clean the lint
She
trap.
was saying that it took 3 cycles to get, like, something dry.
Oh, I'm sure.
If construction's going on and there's a merge and you drive all the way to the front of the line to cut in, that's all I need to know about you.
You're still not going to get there any faster. You know that?
Try that on me. I'll get up under your bumper, get you loose, and put you in the wall like my name was Dale Earnhardt.
I watched you do it before, Banks.
I road rage, all right?
As it turns out, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's actually...
I don't want to talk about it. It bothers me.
I'm still mad at you for doing it. 801-570-9393. Call with your all I need to know about you. Talk Country 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks.
I got to give a big fat thank you to my next door neighbor, who is an angel sent from the snowy heavens above.
What?
And he has a gas-powered snowblower.
How do you not have a gas-powered snowblower?
Well, when I bought the house, I got myself an electric snowblower, thinking I was trying to be smart.
Like that's going to be green and practical?
That's
or
exactly
any of
what
that
I was
garbage?
thinking. However, those sorts of snowblowers are for places that don't get as much snow as we do, as it turns
Yeah,
out.
those are for people that like have an occasional snow.
Or a very small amount of place to snowblow.
You live here in the mountains. You live up on the bench.
Look,
you should
Banks,
know better.
It was a mistake. It was when I first moved here. I didn't know the difference.
So what's been your excuse for the last, 10 years?
I already bought the other one, and now I can't afford a gas one. We're not getting 2 snowblowers. That's all there is to it. Anyway, the big, huge snow that happened over the weekend, which was more than we usually get, and I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get through this. And Chris had to go to work, and so he couldn't shovel. And I look out there, and I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to get this done. That man came over to my house without even being prompted and snowblowed my whole driveway. And then I saw him across the street snowblowing other people's driveways, just being like a New Year's Day angel.
That's so nice of him to look out for all the old women in the neighborhood.
You saw that.
That's what you do. You know that you find the shut-ins and the old ladies, the helpless.
He looks like he was just probably getting everybody around him. I don't think we have a whole lot of elderly people in our block.
He probably did it because he didn't want you throwing the snow into his
He
yard.
probably did.
And he was like, nope, I'm going to get ahead of this so I don't have to do it twice.
Also, he's seen me out there struggling. And he knew. I think he's seen me out there struggling with my horrible snowblower.
Because you got one of those dirty hippie snowblowers. Will you just buy a proper American snowblower?
Banks, it's plugs in too, so I don't ever have. It's not like electric as in battery. It's electric as in I have to plug it in.
Which is almost worse.
It's the worst idea ever. If you're thinking about getting a snowblower, make sure you don't have to plug it in.
I always tell people this when they move to Utah, especially into our neighborhood. Don't buy a big personal snowblower. Buy a small commercial snowblower.
There you go. That's what I should have done.
You're going to get it for about the same price, but you're going to get a much better machine, all right?
Regrets. I would take it all back if I could, but thank you to the neighbor for doing that. That was so nice, and doing it for all the rest of the neighbors. He got up that day and was like, I'm going to do nice stuff for people.
And if any of you else, if anybody else has like a dirty hippie living next to him, like Lexi, that has an electric snowblower, take pity on them and be a good neighbor and throw the snow for them.
It was
all right?
like 3 feet of snow. I couldn't do it.
Okay? Because good intentions don't actually throw snow for you. A proper gas-powered one does.
You need the gas-powered one.
93.3 The Bull.
Pour some stupid on me. Ooh, in the name of dumb. Pour some stupid on me. Come on, fire it up.
Well, let's talk about stupid people doing stupid things. This is Stupid Is.
Stupid Does.
My story comes from Bamberg, Germany. And the Autobahn, where the famous no-speed limit German highway where you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Police tried to pull over a man in a Tesla. It's December 29th at about noon when they see this Tesla driving down the Autobahn. They realized that the man in the car has his seat reclined and he doesn't have his hands on the steering wheel. Okay. So they try and pull him over for inattentive driving. And they chase this guy going down the freeway with their lights on for a pretty significant distance. And I don't know the length, but I mean, they're on the Autobahn. There's no speed limit. And they chase this guy for like 15 minutes. Okay. And then they realize this guy's not stopping. He's not slowing down, but he's also not speeding up.
Right? I know where you're going.
If you don't know you're in a high-speed chase, are you in a high-speed chase? This guy had his Tesla on autopilot.
If a tree falls in the woods.
Was asleep behind the wheel with a complete armada of police behind him.
Wow.
Had no idea.
Like, so the Teslas don't know if they're being pulled over?
I guess not.
Not yet. They will now.
That's going to be in the next update.
I guess so.
So they were finally able to wake him somehow and pull him over, and he's been charged with criminal endangerment for not, actually paying attention while driving.
I guess
behind
you're
the
not
wheel.
supposed to sleep behind the self-driving
You
cars.
can't take a nap while the car is driving for you, okay?
Maybe someday.
Otherwise, you end up being stupid is.
Stupid does.
Lexi, pour some stupid on me.
My story comes from Pickens County, South Carolina, and it's about a woman named Nikki Elijah Harrison. And police were chasing Nikki, and she tried to escape by jumping out of a moving vehicle on a highway. She was wanted and deputies said that they were called to a place called Stop a Minute Convenience Store, spelled Stop-A-M-I-N-I-T. Stop a Minute.
Stop a minute.
They found her at the store, but she left in a vehicle when deputies arrived, and they chased her until she actually leaped from the vehicle that was still in motion on Highway 88. By the way, she was the driver. She jumped out of a
At
moving
least she knew
vehicle.
she was being chased.
Right, gets that.
A step ahead of my guy.
And then she took off on foot like she was going to make that. She was obviously arrested. They caught her. Apparently, she had enough meth on her to be charged with intent to distribute, among other illegal things that she did. So we have to give her, for doing the meth and then jumping out of a moving vehicle. Stupid is. Stupid does.
Jumping from a moving car may be the most meth
On
thing we've
the
talked about.
highway,
Right?
Banks.
If you want to see the full stories and get more, check us out on the Lexi and Banks Facebook page. We'll get it all posted for you there. 93.3 The Bull. Utah Country, 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks. Can I ask a personal favor?
Yeah.
Because the Mega Millions jackpot's over $1 billion again, and I don't have tickets.
Oh.
So if anybody is headed that way, and I can Venmo you some money to pick me up some
The
Mega
personal
Millions
favor.
tickets. Yeah, actually, you know what I should do?
Send Tiny. We can send Tiny.
We can
again,
send
really.
Tiny, or I should text Travis, our boss.
Thanks. What a great idea.
Because he's on his way in from Colorado today.
That's right. We got a new guy
I wonder
coming.
where he's at.
He's probably, he might be here already.
Yeah, I
Let's
think-
text him. Let's text him
He
and
may have
find
got in
out.
Okay.
And say, do a runner for us
As-
on your way into Salt Lake.
As a contingency, if anybody else would like to make me a billionaire, just let me know, okay? I'll shoot you a little Venmo. Pick me up some tickets here. This is...
What's it up to? What are we at here with the...
It's officially just broken $1 billion.
Okay.
Oh, no, it still says $940 million on their website. They're expecting by the time tomorrow hits in the drawing that it will break $1 billion. It was just over $1 billion, and was it almost $2 billion?
I don't remember when we got tickets the last time.
Yeah, the last time we got tickets, it was something ridiculous like this.
I don't understand. Once you go over like $1 million, I don't understand anymore. I no longer get the money.
I wouldn't quit my job, but there'd be signs. You would know, right? Like, when I show up in a brand new truck, brand new boots, brand new jeans.
$940 million.
Like, process that. Just say it one more time.
First of all, you would
a little
have
slower.
way more than a new pair of pants and boots. Also, you would quit your job, and I know it. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
I probably would, though. I'd buy a tropical island somewhere.
That's exactly right.
And have like a turtle that would just bring me drinks and a coconut.
$940 million is a lot of money.
That's all the money.
It's all the money.
That's definitely, you would never hear from me again. So if somebody wants to shoot us a message, if you're doing a runner, and I'm not particular either. I don't care if it's a Wyoming runner or if it's an Idaho runner. Okay, either way. I know people have their preferences, whether they're going up to Malad or whether they're going out to Evanston.
Which one's closer?
I think Evanston's a little
think it
bit
is,
closer.
too.
By it's like by round trip, I think it's 30 minutes closer.
Oh, really?
Is all
Okay.
it is, yeah.
Okay.
So, it's an extra 15 minutes out and back to get to Idaho.
Okay.
So,
Now the more you know.
$940 million. Jackpots tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern. 93.3 The Bull. It's Lexi and Banks.
Well, it's Lexi's College. Lexi's College of Hollywood knowledge. Hollywood knowledge.
Jared and Bluffdale, good morning, cuz. You call it 13.
Woo!
All right.
It's
See, I like
enthusiasm.
good energy. And it's not
Exactly.
often we get somebody with my same first name.
That is exciting.
Jared, together you and I can take down the evil nemesis of the cosmos that is Lexi.
What?
You are basically the Thanos of Hollywood knowledge, Lexi.
Okay, I'm a little proud of that title. Even though I don't know who Thanos is.
5 pop culture questions. You got to get more right than Lexi does, and you could win.
$100 of my money. Did you get the cheat sheet yesterday at 4:50 to get the first 2 answers?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I was busy taking a shower so I could get ready for a haircut and beard trim.
That's so weird. I was doing the same thing.
Jared, that's not an acceptable excuse. Lexi, get out of the room. Remember, tie goes to Lexi. Since it's her money, we let her keep it, okay?
Okay.
Here we go, buddy. Question number 1. Bradley Cooper is 48 today. He was in A Star is Born, the Hangover movies, and plays Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy. What type of creature is Rocket?
Rocket.
Affectionately also called a trash panda.
Oh, oh my gosh. A raccoon, sorry.
Okay, question number 2. Luke Grimes gave us all a taste of the actor's country music chops with his first song just before Christmas, and said that a whole album is now in the works in February. Luke is one of the stars of what Dutton family drama?
What?
John Dutton, Rip, Beth. He plays Case.
No guess.
Okay, question number 3. Someone put on a list of the richest pets in America, and Taylor Swift's cat is at number 3, worth an estimated $97 million. Does Taylor sing Blank Space or Space Oddity?
Blank Space.
Jared, that took you way longer to figure out than it should have, bro. Question number 4. Hollywood legend William Shatner revealed that he lives with tinnitus, or the constant ringing in the ears. Shatner was James T. Kirk on what TV series?
Oh, geez.
Final Frontier, To Boldly Go Where No Man Has Gone Before, Live Long and Prosper.
Star Trek.
Question number 5. Ashley Olsen got married this past week in a private ceremony. Ashley and Mary-Kate got famous playing Michelle Tanner on what 90s sitcom?
Oh, Full House.
All right. Let's wave Lexi back in. How'd you do? 4 out of 5, Lexi, is where we're at with it.
That's pretty good, actually.
Jared, you really made that a lot harder than it needed to be, even getting the 4 out of 5, bro. Well, that about sums it up right
Sounds
there.
like he had that's a man with a nice
Jared,
beard
hold
trim
on.
right there.
Lexi, your answers and the scores start now. Question number 1. Bradley Cooper is 48 today. He was in A Star is Born, the Hangover movies, and plays Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy. What type of creature is Rocket?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, I've never seen it. I didn't realize it was a cartoon.
It's not really a
I don't know, like a
cartoon.
mouse? Is he a mouse?
Raccoon.
Oh, okay.
Rocket the
I have
raccoon.
not seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't even know what
Jared,
it's about.
you're up. It's a miracle. 0-1 is the score.
It is a miracle.
Question number 2. Luke Grimes gave us a taste of the actor's country music chops with his first song that he released just before Christmas, and said a whole album is in the works coming up in February. Luke is one of the stars of what Dutton family drama?
He's on Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, bro. That's the show I was trying to lead you into, which means
Well,
the
I don't
score-
watch TV.
You should watch Yellowstone. It's good, bro. That ties it up at 1 apiece. Question number 3. Someone put a list of the richest pets in America together, and Taylor Swift's cat comes in at number 3, valued at $97 million.
Very weird.
Does Taylor sing Blank Space or Space Oddity?
Oh, she sings Blank Space. The other one is David Bowie.
Correct. 2-2. Question number 4. Hollywood legend William Shatner revealed that he lives with tinnitus, or the constant ringing in the ears.
Oh.
Shatner was James T. Kirk on what TV series?
Captain Kirk on Star Trek.
I know you knew that one.
Yeah.
3-3.
I even watched a little
And
bit
question
of
number
it.
5. Ashley Olsen got married this past week in a private ceremony. Ashley and her sister Mary-Kate got famous playing Michelle Tanner on what 90s sitcom?
Oh, they were in Full House with, he Greek, John Stamos.
Final score, 4-4.
Well, we tied, so you don't get my $100, but you did do pretty well. We are giving you a pair of tickets from Post Fontaine to see Mitchell Tenpenny January 26th at the Union Event Center.
Woo!
Jared, I would just like to point out for everyone else playing along at home that if you had the cheat sheet answers and had gotten Yellowstone, you would have beat Lexi and won $100
you would
today.
have. Yeah, you would
Okay?
have beat me.
Get it at 4:50 this afternoon. Promise?
No more haircuts at 4:50 or beard trims.
Okay. Well, I won't have a haircut or beard trim in a while because I just got one.
Yeah. Me
Let it
too,
go
bro.
wild, bro.
Samesies.
My name is Jared, and I just tied with Lexi with Lexi's College of Hollywood Knowledge.
We'll play again tomorrow, 7:40 on 93.3 The Bull.
This Lexi and Banks podcast is brought to you by The Advocates. Injured in an accident? Call The Advocates, 801-355-5550.